Eight of Wands, Strength, the Ace Wand, I believe it's called, the One of Wands. This is the Dolly deck. And with my grandmother's deck, I chose House. So I was selling out on the street today, and even before I went, it was weird. I was making signs, new signs for my prints, and something asked me something like my intuition asked me, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, why are you going out there? And I just pushed it aside. And so I went downtown, and as I was going to 4th Ave from the bus station, I ran into my absolute favorite painter in town, Ignacio. And then when I started setting up to paint after that, something felt very strange and weird. And I was there for a couple of hours, and it was very strange because nobody was friendly. And people were looking at me like they were scared of me. They wouldn't even say hello. One guy even stepped on my stuff, and I was like, dude, you just stepped on my stuff. And he turned around and gave me this really dirty look. And I said, aren't you even going to apologize? And he just gave me an even dirtier look and just turned and walked off. So I was feeling really weird. I was feeling frustrated. I was feeling a lot of anger around me and like fear, a lot of fear. And it was like, I felt like people were looking at me like stranger danger or something. And I texted my husband. I'm like, do I look homeless today, or do I look like a junkie? Do I look scary? Is something going on? And he was like, no, maybe you should just come home, And I was thinking about it, and then I talked to another woman that's out there, and she said that her grandson that she was with was feeling very full of anxiety that day, and it wasn't normal. And then it was just too much. I talked to a girl. She sat down next to me. Her husband was getting shaved ice. And I said, hey, I just want to ask you a question. Like, are you feeling anything weird out here today? And she was like, yeah. And she was like, yeah, people have a really weird energy today. And I was like, yeah, this isn't the 4th Avenue that I know. This is like, normally it's like, people are carefree and fun and talk and say hi, and they're always playing hippie music across the street. There's always like a hippie cover band, dead band, and, everybody's really nice. But tonight it was just weird. Like, parents weren't even letting their children stop and look at my prints. They were like rushing them, and the kids were like looking at me like, sorry, and it was just weird and very angry and very negative and strange. And finally I just called a Lyft and left and just came home. Didn't even call my husband and tell him I was coming home. And I had invited him earlier to come out. I didn't even check to see if he had come out. I just left. So I just took a shower and drew these 3 cards, and these 3 cards are really good. But yeah, I just had to wash all that off of me. That was a very strange experience, and I think I know what the universe was teaching me, but I'm always like, I don't want to say those kind of things out loud. I don't feel comfortable being boastful. I feel like being more humble with information about myself that the universe teaches me, unless it's something that can be used in a positive way for other people. I don't know if that makes sense. So yeah, that was today.